yesterday, and one of the things that came up was the year. How old does somebody have to be to start riding a commercial motorbike?
A motorcycle, if the person is under 18 years. Mr. Speaker, I'm proposing that we delete 18 and substitute same with 16. And the new rendition will read, a motorcycle if the person is under 16 years. Mr. Speaker, the reason for this proposal is to the effect that we are supposed to have a law that conforms with global practices, and that in many jurisdictions, a child of 16 can drive or ride a bicycle. Mr. Speaker, can you let me make a point? Mr. Speaker, the reason is that at 16, we consider the child or consider the person, in fact, in the strict sense, even his sexual consent is 16. And we assume that can you not make up?
Majority Chief Whip. Just allow him to land. I'll give you the floor.
Mr. Speaker, 16, in my opinion, would be an adequate age limit for which a person can drive. Mr. Speaker, assuming a 16-year-old, probably in the secondary school or in the university, and the fact that the person is 16...
So, Honorable Kabiru, you want us to use this particular law to amend the Children's Act?
Mr. Speaker, and that is the point I was making about the Children, because the Children Act is saying that someone under the age of 18 is considered as a child.
Yes.
And that was the point I was making, that even within this particular bill, if we are saying that someone who is a child should use a helmet, we are asking also someone is 1 year, because under 18 could be 1 year. You understand? Could be 1 year. The definition of a child is clear. Right? So that was the point I was making about the first instance. And that's why I'm just thinking that if we are saying that we are aligning this one to the Children Act, then probably I'll yield. But the Children Act itself, you and I will agree that even there are issues with it. 21 age, 18, 16, there are different ages of, depending on the person, depending on the issue at hand. So because of that particular regime, I was thinking if you can streamline some of these laws, because there's 18, there is 16, and there's even 21. For instance, contract, Mr. Speaker, 21, right? Age for maturity, 18, Mr. Speaker. These differences in this different law is probably why I was thinking we can...
So in the context of the Children Act, why are you proposing 16?
Mr. Speaker, unless of course you are saying that we should use the Children Act as a guide, and which I earlier on raised my issues with it in the context of this particular license or registration to drive or to go commercial. I raised my issues with that. But if the understanding is that 18 and we are going with children's bar, I'll yield. But I earlier on expressed my misgiving about that earlier on. Thank you,
yes, the understanding is that we are using 18 as contained in the Children's Act. Where the law specifically states otherwise, the law will specifically say so. Yes.
Speaker, may I persuade the honorable member for Wale to abandon his amendment? In fact, Mr. Speaker, when he rose, I thought evidence-based, he would have argued that he has instances in Wale, Wulugu area, or Nalego, where a child below 18 is using a motorbike for commercial purposes. If that was it, we'll be persuaded enough. But Honorable Kabiru, if you listen to the Honorable Ahmed, accidents. You see, as much as we are providing opportunity for employment, you also must be mindful of the emotional development of the child to ride a motorbike for commercial purposes. And, Mr. Speaker, pari passu, this law will not stand alone. It will operate with other legislations and other enactments already in the country. So I'll persuade him to abandon it. If you had given us evidence, which could be the case, around exceptions, and then you said global, you didn't travel global, and local too, you haven't given us evidence that let's not encourage it. It's just that, Mr. Speaker, the country has an unemployment crisis, and we must all deal with it head on. These are not sufficient modes to handle the country's unemployment. But like it or not, as of today, there are many people earning their living out of it. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr.
Yes,
Speaker,
no,
Mr. Speaker, I'm guided, but when I say global, I'll give you an example. Ethiopia, they are allowed 14. I'm coming, I'll give you an example because we are making laws that would be, I said global, and probably the question as to whether or not, when I say global, there are examples. In Vietnam, 16. In North America, they are allowed 16 to 19. In Australia, it is 15, it's around permit from 15. So that is the point I am making, that when we are making laws, unless of course we have not reviewed this global, but this bill is not only about commercial, Mr. Speaker. The relevant provision talks about riding, not even commercial. Riding is 21, but commercial riding is 21, but to just ride a bicycle or to drive, you are saying that you must be 18. And that's the point I'm making. It's not only the commercial bit, but there are also private people who will use this particular means. For instance, Mr. Speaker, in my village of Janga, in the Northeast region, as young as 15, young people begin to learn how to use motorbikes to go to the farm. Per this law, they will be committed on offense if they are found riding this motorbike and their age is 16 years. And so that is the difficulty I have. And I was just thinking that...
We accept your difficulty, but you see, the whole world is listening to us. There are a huge issue regarding child labor. So I do not want Ghana's parliament to be legislating, taking into contemplation that we are talking about commercial motor riding, and we are reducing the age from 18 to 16 years. I believe we'll be delving into an era of child labor.
In fact, the argument went from 18 to 16. Then Kabiru's proposal, Stika also came and said that they should do 21. That the lowest should be 21. That if you're not 21 and above, if you're below 21, you cannot operate a commercial motorbike. Nancy?
Yes, sir.
18, 16, 21. If you are below, so should the age start from 16, 18, or 21?
Who is an adult in Ghana?
18. They said from 18 and above.
That is when we take it that you are reasoning properly.
You started reasoning properly.
I know you're right from left.
Okay.
So I'll go for the 18.
18.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's finally what they concluded. In fact, this dragged on for some time before the law actually, what was put before Parliament said 18.
Yeah.
But there were these proposed amendments, but I think all of them failed, and they stuck to 18. Now, talking about foreign affairs, very interesting monitoring this. 14 hours ago, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Member of Parliament for North Tongue, posted on Facebook, "I am able to confirm that the latest group of Ghanaian travelers arriving in Israel have not encountered any ill treatment, restrictions, or impediments, according to official reports received from Ghana's embassy in Israel. In that spirit, Ghana will also accord all Israeli travelers to Ghana our famed Ghanaian hospitality. The government of Ghana shall be unwavering in safeguarding the dignity of our nationals and other nationals as we pursue our avowed foreign policy of friendship with all nations and enmity towards none." So I think this essentially calms tempest on a particular issue that has been raging for some time. Nancy, how did you start?
I think that was on Wednesday, on the 10th. Yeah, so the ministry issued a press statement, and this was what the statement said. "The government of the Republic of Ghana wishes to express its strong protest and deplores the recent ill treatment meted out to Ghanaian nationals traveling to Israel at the entry port of Ben Gurion International Airport. The government has observed with great concern that since Sunday, 7 December 2025, Ghanaian travelers have been deliberately targeted and subjected to inhumane and traumatic treatment. On the day in issue, 7 Ghanaian travelers to Israel were detained at the Ben Gurion International Airport without justifiable cause. The detained included 4 members of a parliamentary delegation taking part in the ongoing annual International Cybersecurity Conference in Tel Aviv. They were only released after more than 5 hours of strenuous diplomatic intervention. The remaining 3 were deported on the next available flight and have since arrived in Ghana. The government of Ghana considers the actions of the Israeli Authority as unfairly targeting Ghanaian travelers and accordingly conveys its strong reservations against the humiliating treatment of our citizens at the Ben Gurion International Airport. It is worth highlighting that Ghana and Israel have enjoyed cordial relations for more than 6 decades with considerable high volumes of unimpeded travel by citizens of both nations. This condemnable conduct by Israeli authorities is extremely provocative, unacceptable, and inconsistent with our friendly historical relations. Following our inquiries, we find the justification provided by the Israeli government being an alleged non-cooperation of our embassy in the deportation of Ghanaians in Israeli custody as totally untenable, as the facts confirm that our mission in Tel Aviv has been responsive and compliant with international law. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs will this morning summon officials of the Israeli embassy in Accra to convey our displeasure in the strongest possible terms. Meanwhile, the government of Ghana is considering appropriate reciprocal action. And that was the statement that was issued on the 10th.
Then a statement followed where they actually did reciprocate.
Okay. So in the afternoon of the 10th, which was last Wednesday, the statement came. Following the ill treatment and unjustified deportation of 3 Ghanaian nationals by Israeli authorities, the government of Ghana has been compelled to retaliate by deporting 3 Israelis who arrived in Ghana earlier today. The Shajda affair of and in I went for French tutorial, so I'd wanted to say the thing well in French, but you don't worry. Of the embassy of the State of Israel was promptly summoned to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, considering that the Israeli ambassador to Ghana is currently out of the jurisdiction. Both governments have agreed to resolve the matter amicably. The government of Ghana will continue to safeguard the integrity of its nationals and also that of other nationals. Ghana deeply values our relations with all friendly countries and expects our citizens to be treated with dignity and respect in much the same way as other governments expect Ghana to treat their nationals. So that was the statement that came.
Like I read earlier, the follow-up, some 14 hours ago, is him posting, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, Minister for Foreign Affairs, posting that I'm able to confirm that the latest group of Ghanaian travelers arriving in Israel have not encountered any ill treatment, restrictions, or impediments, according to official reports received from Ghana's embassy in Israel. In that spirit, Ghana will also accord all Israeli travelers to Ghana our famed Ghanaian hospitality. The government of Ghana shall be unwavering in safeguarding the dignity of our nationals and other nationals as we pursue our avowed foreign policy of friendship with all nations and enmity towards none. Now, let's go back to the statement that was issued now by ECOWAS. The conclusion is this, the recommendation, that the authority of heads of state of government adopt the declaration of support for the candidacy of the Republic of Ghana to the chairmanship of the African Union for 2027. So it looks like ECOWAS is nominating. They're recommending that ECOWAS fully supports Ghana to head AU. So, like all African countries at ECOWAS will throw their support behind the president of Ghana as the candidate for the chairmanship of the African Union. Quite interesting. I don't know how that works. So when they go, what do they do next? They will now start lobbying for the others to support his candidature, or it is their turn. Because I think that...
But if all of them are coming to one agreement,
okay,
that we are all deciding that, okay, this is the man we want to lead us.
Okay.
We want to chair the commission. And that's it.
Yeah, so I was just wondering if it is like a regional. So Eastern, Middle, Southern, Western. So whether that is, if it's regional, it means automatically it will be the new ECOWAS chair, because that will be from once all heads of state at ECOWAS support him, he automatically becomes the new chair of ECOWAS.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. So that is the statement that has come through this morning. So most likely President Mahama will be the next chair of ECOWAS.
Yeah, but the Israelis that we deported, based on what?
Retaliation.
Okay.
Yes.
So the three that we deported, were they just picked at the airport and you say go back?
They
just like that. What if they actually they are not violating, they do not breach any rules? They have genuine documents. And the retaliation is retaliation.
Retaliation is retaliation.
You do me, I do you.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So they've been sent back. They were sent back. Just it's a message. They're sending a message to the Israeli authorities. So the authorities, also mindful of the need to protect their citizens, will respond accordingly.
Okay.
And it seems that has forced the Israeli authority to listen to the Ghanaian authorities, and then they address the problem.
Okay.
So that nobody's citizens are treated badly.
Okay.
So that's retaliation. You are thinking about 3 Israelis. You haven't talked about the Ghanaians who face the problem in Israel. So the thing is that our government owes it a duty to us to make sure that when we travel, at least we should be treated decently, like human beings that we are. That other nations accord to us the privileges they expect our government to accord to them when they travel to Ghana. That's all that government must insist on doing.
Yeah.
So when that fails, it means that the government of Ghana has sent a strong signal to Israel that if you do not treat my citizens any better,
don't expect me to do the same to yours.
Okay. To extend the same treatment to your citizens. So I think that's the message was sent and was well received, and it seems the matter has been addressed. We'll be watching that space. But we are done. Today is Friday. Wish you the best of the weekend.
Go and do thank God it's Friday. Friday.
Go to church and pray.
Friday and tune obiafu.
Go to church.
Everywhere we say obekwa.
Go to church and
but
pray.
I can recommend a place for you. Friday nights. Isha Lounge.
Okay.
Isha Lounge.
Okay.
So if you want the number, call me. I'll give you.
Give the number.
If you come there too, it is likely you'll meet me there.
Okay.
But the thing is that if you see me, just wave and pass. Don't come and sit by me and say that you want to partake in my derby. Just wave me and pass. If anything else, order something for me. That's all.
Coming up next, DJ Kofi. We are done for this week. This HR residence matter there. I know the inside. If you see me there, I was not there.
Mr. and Mrs. The Mama praise the Lord. Hey, Pastor.